Hi, my name is Eugene, and in December 9th, 2022, I was playing touch and I had a cardiac arrest. Listen, I've always played sport, team sports growing up, and rugby probably the most prominent with rugby league, and so I've always been fit. But in that year, start of 2022, things started to change and I didn't know what it was. About over the Christmas period, I started having a breathing problem. And slowly, as 2022 rolled on, that breathing problem got a little bit worse. I started my rugby season, which I'm a player that normally doesn't come off the field, to coming off the field every 5 minutes and having to take an inhaler. My rugby team, which is a very social team, we also have a touch team which we started up. That was even worse because the game is a lot quicker. So my breathing was terrible. And then December the 9th, I was at home. I didn't want to come down and play the game this particular Friday, but I could see that on our messenger page, a lot of my teammates couldn't make it. So I told my wife Paula, listen, I'll toddle off down. I was the one who was mainly on the side. And I think we were coming up closer to half time, and I was on an inhaler and the last thing I said to one of my friend's mum, who would always come down and support us, was, I'm getting too old for this. I virtually ran out onto the field and collapsed. A short period later, I just woke up. And as I turned and looked over my shoulder, a paramedic was talking to me. And I was told that I had a cardiac arrest, my heart had stopped. My two good friends who did the CPR, they were just fantastic. My friend shocked me 3 times, and then a couple more by the ambos brought me back. I remember everything going into the hospital. I remember them talking to me and telling me that we would have surgery straight away. And I was actually quite lucky because the team inside the hospital had already gone home. But the cardiologist mentioned to them that if I waited for them to come back the next day, I'd probably have more heart damage. And so I was very lucky for them to come back and perform the operation, which was a stent into my artery. Before they did that, they took some images, and after I recovered, I woke up and I spoke to the cardiologist, who ran through everything with me, and he showed me the images. But in the image that he showed me, my LAD artery was in a bad condition. And he said to me that I would need to have another operation in a couple of days, 2 more stents, and then said to me, don't be surprised if your breathing comes right again. So the Monday came, I had the 2 stents put in, and virtually was told to go home. I remember going for my first walk because they wanted me to walk straight away. And I was really relieved because I could breathe without any problems. I virtually played rugby all year with angina. Recovery itself was really good. To be honest, it was like nothing had happened. I'm very lucky that I didn't have the pain. It was just like falling asleep and waking up. But what it does do to you is, mentally, you become unsure of yourself, whether it's going to happen again. After the operation, I was very lucky to catch up with a cardiac group. It's good being around people who are in the same situation as you are, because you get to talk about what's going on. And that group has always helped me, and I'd really recommend for anyone to, contact their local cardiac or heart foundation group. I know they've got them throughout the communities. And then also my friends and family, co-workers, they were really supportive. So that really helped me get through such a difficult time. My wife really struggled when the incident happened. Well, heart disease is in my family, and so I always knew that something was going to arise. I've lost my mother to heart attack and an older brother. I've got a brother who's older than me who's got a pacemaker. So in my family, on my mum's side, heart disease is quite prominent. So there's that side of things that I need to be mindful of, and really mindful of my kids as well, to making sure that we are eating healthy. My cardiologist has basically told me, you cannot play sports anymore. Or, we don't want you to be running hard out, at the top of your pace. We don't want you doing that all the time. So for me, 52 years old, been playing rugby for, nearly 45 years, that was hard to hear. It meant I had to do things differently, and I coached rugby last year for Pukekohe under-13s, which was really good. That really helped me a lot to give back to younger players and coming into the club. And I started to do some refereeing, which I never thought I would do. My best advice is definitely go out there and talk to people. It's the best thing mentally for you.